You should please join the mainstream so that when we start giving out the freebies, you might be left out if you're not part of the main hall. Thank you. Please, those of you seated up, kindly, if you're not an usher, just move forward to where others are. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll be doing this with Sister Lami, like I said. She will be taking questions from Slido. We'll be doing, we'll go one-on-one. I take one, she takes one. All right? That's how we would run. And if you have any question, please send the paper to me through the ushers. Ushers are around you. You see them, they'll give you a piece of paper and you're able to write, and then we get this going. Okay, so we get going. And already we know that Reverend will be the first to answer that question. It is question 14 on my list, but I will still ask nonetheless. I'll ask, how can someone that is not a Lagosian, and I know there are many of them that are not Lagosian, we Lagosians, we know we can plug into that. We Lagosians, right? How can someone who is not a Lagosian benefit from the LSDPC schemes or the real estate properties that you have? How can this work? Because there's a lot of myth around it that is for only those who know people there. Please help us.
First, my answer first would be, who is a Lagosian? That's the first, who is a Lagosian? I just realized that Sheung here is a distant cousin. We just connected.
Wow.
I have a house already.
So, really, we're all Lagosian.
And I think they look alike somehow. I think they look alike somehow.
I said, where are you from? My son-in, I knew. By the time he told me, I just laughed. So, and I said, so, and we connected. Yeah, my go. I said, there's no word. So, really, we're all Lagosians. And I believe it's a myth or a belief that is wrong that we've cultivated over time. I told you how I got into government. And the first thing I did, in actual fact, when I got there, and really, I believe that because of what prevailed then. Because then, really, if you walk into LSBC, you don't know anybody, you'll probably not get an allocation. But when I got in there, first thing I did was to digitalize the process. And so what I did basically was that all the development that was done in fact, the ones I had done before I came, I just made sure they first digitalized all of them. I did what is called a serious audit of those projects, recovered all the assets that were hanging, and sold them off. Of course, that was looking for trouble because I stepped on a lot of toes. Who is this small boy they brought from private sector coming to query us here? Then, all development afterwards were advertised on the pages of newspapers. What that did was that anybody could pick the phone, and then people in 2000, people will call me and say, are you Adeola? I say, yes. Are you sure I can get this property? I say, why not? Just indicate your interest. In fact, and then I put the allocation list, there was a table in my office and online. I said, pick where you want. Make your payment and make your choice. And in 2 weeks, you get your allocation.
Wow.
And it happened. And so from that, I transformed the process of allocation from being man, no man, who do you know, to everybody, anybody, and it became online. Until tomorrow, I say, you walk into LSDP today, and you see a property you like, you buy the application form, which is 25,000, you indicate and you make your payment, you get an allocation. There's nothing, you don't need to know anybody. That's the truth.
Wow, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It is that simple. It is that easy. Very easy, very easy. I'll take one before Salami takes this because this is quite interesting. And I'll be asking Mr. Ojo to deal with this one. If he's here, Mr. Gwadiwo Ojo will deal with this one for us, being Hegai Mortgage. Someone says, I'm interested in acquiring a land. I'm buying a property. We all are. Are you not interested in? We all are interested. He says, but I don't have the big money that Pastor Sheung and Dr. Freeman, that the big money they are calling, I don't have. All right? But it makes me look like someone that is hopeless. I came for this program to see if there is hope for people like me. How can I access the opportunity? Is that you? All right, Mr. Ojo, what do you have to say?
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying this. Recently, I listened to, a music online. And I'm sure one or two of us would have heard that song also. Some youths gathered and they said, God, please, 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 I know that I have money in the future. Borrow me 100 million naira so that I can use it now. I will return it. And I'm just here to just say that God has answered that prayer for anyone that is here. Because that was why Haggai Mortgage Bank has been established. It's strictly for that purpose. About 30 years ago, God spoke to a man that we may likely all know, and his name is Pastor E. Adeboye, and gave him a vision and said, I want to transform, I want to transform the life of Christians. I want to take them out from that slogan that they call church rats to making them wealthy. I want to build wealth, and I want to push it to Christians. And so he gave the vision to him. But then Pastor E. Adeboye said something. He said, I'm a preacher of the word of God. I don't know anything about finance. So he called his children that knows about finance, and he handed over the vision to them. And then the vision started as an investment organization. That was Haggai Investment. And then it transformed to Haggai Community Bank. And from that, it moved to Haggai Microfinance Bank. And then also to Haggai Savings and Loans Limited. And today, Haggai is now known as Haggai Mortgage Bank. And that is, an international and also a national mortgage bank. I want to say this. If you need fund to get your property, Haggai will make it available for you. What you are doing is you are taking 20 years from now, you are bringing it close to your present state. That means the house you're supposed to have in 20 years' time, Haggai will make it available to you now. And how is that going to be done? It's so easy. Number one is to have a relationship with a mortgage bank like Haggai Mortgage Bank. Have a relationship. I've seen a lot of people, they just wake up, they give a call to Haggai Bank, and then they say, Haggai, can you fund my house? I want to buy a property. I asked the person, when exactly did you start nursing this? And they said, I just woke up and I feel it's time I have a house. I said, no, you need to plan. Just the same way you plan your wedding, the same way you plan your marriage, the same way you need to plan. So give yourself time. What type of building do you want? Where do you want it to be? What location? All those things, when you get them, you approach Haggai Mortgage Bank. We will profile you. Look at what you have as capacity to take. Yours might be that you might not be able to take that 100 from the future. Yours is that you have the capacity to take 20 million naira from your future. We will give it to you now. If your own capacity is to borrow 20 million naira or 5 million naira from your future, we'll make it available to you now. And if your capacity can take 500 million naira from your future, we will bring it close to you now and make it available to you. So all you just need to do, have a relationship with a mortgage bank like Haggai, and then begin to put something inside your account, which we call target savings. That means this property you want to buy in Lekki is going for 100 million naira. How much will you set aside from your own savings? Because when you get to a man and you say, I need 100 million naira, you must be able to tell the man, this is how much I have. So when we are saying you want a property, how much do you have? We will look at that. We will look at your future. Then we will help you to bring it close. As simple as that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, when we were talking, some people were wondering, how much can I borrow from my future? They are calculating. Is there anything from the future, Lord?